Hi there, I'm Kylie Mowbray-Allen from Hello Media.
And I'm Jenny Walk from Elephant in the Room Consulting, and you're tuning into Bite Size Business Life Podcast, the show that helps business owners get clarity and insight to grow their dream business.
Whether you're launching, ready to scale, or figuring out what's next, we discuss the nitty-gritty, the hard bits, the opportunities, and the behind the scenes, and share how we've grown our own companies and helped others do the same.
We're glad you're here. Hi there, this is Jenny Walk from Elephant in the Room Consulting and Kylie Mowbray-Allen from Hello Media, and you're tuning into the Business Size Oh my goodness, again, we're going to do that. Bite Size Business Life Podcast, the show that helps small business owners get clarity and insight to grow their dream business. That is going to make the best intro of our next YouTube. Kylie, how are you
today? I'm so good, Jenny, and I'm so excited to talk with you today about our topic, which is becoming an empire builder. So why spending time working on your business will transform your business journey. And the reason that we're going to talk about that today is because I've just returned from 4 days away, well, Thursday night through till yesterday afternoon at Cabarita Beach on the northern New South Wales on the far north coast, where I've been immersed in this incredible business retreat, learning, just dissecting, so many things. I can't even say that at the moment, just so many things. But for those of you that don't know who runs this retreat, it's Jenny. And it's called Empire Builders, and it is mind-blowing. So it's the second time I've done it. And this time I was there doing a little guest spot, doing a branding workshop on the Sunday, which was super fun. You know, I love talking about my favorite topic. But the days before that was just fully immersed in business building. So Jenny, I just thought, let's chat about that today, because for those that have never done it before, what a shame.
Oh, I know. It is and we talk about this at the retreat, and I've talked about this before with you. It is the one thing that I absolutely love doing in my business. This is the 5th retreat that we've done. It's our 5th Empire Builders, or our 5th mastermind. And we've been evolving it over the last couple of years. And I think, to be perfectly honest, it was the best one we've done yet. We have really recognized what business owners need. And by doing this 3-day getaway, work on your business, and actually dissect your business and break it down, is the best way to understand the gaps, identify your roadblocks, and really create a path to move forward. And that's what I love about this. Like, even this is your 2nd or 3rd one that you've joined us at, and you came as an expert on our branding and digital marketing expert. But even just sitting and being in the session, you start to think about your business differently. And that's what I love doing this workshop for.
I couldn't agree more. And I love that you brought up about it not being my first time, because a lot of people think attend once, you're good, off you go. However, revisiting, and I often say this to my clients about the masterclasses, come back to the next one, because honestly, you just look at it differently, and you can, like for me, I just worked on the stuff in my business that I've already got there. I wasn't trying to set up something new, but I got so much more clarity around what I'm doing, and just taking that time away, having your fresh eyes on it is just magic, and having the other people in the room.
And I think that's what we forget. So one of the key things I love about any type of mastermind, but I think particularly ours, there's 2 things. One, we're immersed for 3 days together. So it's not like we're coming in for a session and I'm leaving and you don't get me at night and you don't have that morning. And I know sometimes that can be a little bit overwhelming for some people, but having people around you all the time. So when you wake up in the morning and having your coffee and you're sitting in your room with your colleague or your other empire builder, you can start thinking and exploring your ideas differently. So you can explore, and as I think I saw it recently, experience the magic of collective genius, which I love, right? So it's about bringing that collective genius of everybody to the room and talking about it. And because we are immersed and away for 3 days, and there's nothing else in our world, we're not worrying about our emails, we're not worrying about family. As much as we love our family, we're away from our family, we're away from our business colleagues, and we're entirely monomaniacally focused on our business and how we want to show up in that business. And so I think that networking collaboration is such a critical aspect of the mastermind that's often kind of the one of those things that we talk about is like, oh, and you get to collaborate with people. But that to me is one of the central pieces around a mastermind, because you as you just said, perspective is everything. And we talked a lot about that on the weekend. The way that we view our brand is through our lens. The way others view our brand is through their experience. And until you listen and hear other people's experience, and we did that with one of our colleagues there and gave them really raw feedback about their programs and their program name or their products and services. And you don't get that rawness and truth telling, I think, as openly as you do when you're just sitting in a little group. And the second thing I love is there's only 6 or 8 of us, right? It's a small number of business owners. We're not doing a 200 workshop. We're not even doing a 20-person workshop. It's intimate. And with that intimacy becomes that kind of idea of truth telling.
For sure. And I have to say, watching the guy, there's always, whenever I'm involved with your stuff, there's always one guy, and I'm always impressed with them for just jumping on in with all the chicks. Well done to this particular guy, and what a nice dude he was. But one thing was, after dinner, and we're sitting around having a drink and a lovely chat, then you jump up, you do your favorite thing, which is write on the windows, on the giant sliding doors, all over it, like boom, like some genius doing their thing. And he is just mind blown with what you're telling him. And what I saw in him, and he just lit up, because it just never ends, your brain and your sharing, and you're finding new ways to explain that. Or he was so pumped. The rest of us were just brain dead. And just, sitting there enjoying it. We all turned around and we were watching his excitement and your excitement in having that breakthrough with him. It's so cool, Jenny. So the learnings don't stop. It goes literally through the entire retreat.
100%. And I do love that. I have a penchant for drawing on windows and walls. Walls that I can wipe off though, so not just on general walls. But I think, and for me, it's about that expression. I love to see things visually. We've talked, the way that I envisage people's businesses when I'm talking to them, I see their businesses in pictures. And so for me, it's when I'm in that mode, and when I'm in flow, being able to just put things up on the wall. And sometimes we've seen some of my whiteboards, you don't really get to read very well. It's not about reading the words, it's following along with kind of the process, as opposed to being specific about my spelling or even my legibility of the words. but it's that idea, right? So he's immersed in that conversation. But what I love about that is it's not just me telling him something on a Zoom or telling me something in an email. It's him participating in the development of that idea. And that's that piece. One of the most important things about empire builders that we do, it's redefining your business vision, getting focus. So it's that clarity. And I always talk about it. You go to my website, it says clarity is the answer to every problem. And it 100% is. If you understand the problem, if you understand your audience, if you understand your solution, and you can bring those things together, it creates, it magnifies the opportunity that you have to grow your business. And so that's one of the other things that I think the takeaways is moments like that. As I said, we're immersed together. So whether it's like, and I had someone do that in the morning and say, can you just tell me how my website's going to build, not from a technical perspective, but what are the elements that I need to do to serve my customers? And we drew it on a notepad over a cup of tea and a bagel. So it was, and she's taking the piece of paper home. I've taken a photo, so I remember my thought bubble. But it allows us actually to create that connection with the content.
And I think for those people that it might be listening or watching going, I'm not sure. Well, you and I always talk about the importance of CEO Day. So stepping aside away from your business, well, clearly you're still in your office on that day or wherever you want to be doing it, but you're stepping aside and you're not working in it, you're working on it. You're looking at what you're offering, you're looking at your pricing, you're looking at all the things. This is CEO Day, but on crack. It's phenomenal because you're literally stepping away. You're going into another environment that's very luxurious and fabulous, but also super comfortable, warm and inviting. And you're really deep diving into your business, but with you there being the person that guides us. And then, of course, that whole group setting as well, which is just so extraordinary. So watching everyone else have these breakthrough moments, have the stress moments too, where they're like, I don't think I can do it. And you're going, well, yes, you can. Of course you can. We just break it into chunks, bite-sized chunks. And it's really beautiful to watch these people transform. I love it.
It's so kind of you to say, Kylie. And I think that's the piece, that transformation, those aha moments. But also, it's not always fun and games, right? We had hard conversations. There were some very brutal truths. There were some hard conversations, which I do, and we all do, with absolute love and care for the individual. But it's us understanding and being, and having people come and being, I guess one of our beautiful people who are there on the weekend talks about priming, right? It primes you to listen. When you do become immersed, we start on the Friday with that vision and clarity and just easing into it to some extent, but we start to talk about why you're there, and that why is so important because it really does ground us and provide that foundation. But it actually then primes you to hear and open your mind for possibility. And that's what I love about these programs, is we can all go to a training course that teaches us how to run a business or of someone else's version of running a business. But what I love about this is we're all empire builders in our own right. And so how we want to design our business, how we want to build and run our business is up to us. It's not a cookie cutter option. It's not about saying I'm taking someone else's blueprint and making it my own. It's creating my own blueprint. It's developing my own systems and structure. And whether that's as a sole trader, whether that's a hobby, or whether that is actually as a full-blown company or trust or partnership or whatever it might look like from a legal perspective, that's only part of the story. It's how we then create it. Do I want staff? Do I want to automate it? Do I want to do one-on-ones, or do I want a product? We saw that transformation with one of the beautiful people there who came in with an idea about her business. And she's left realizing that that business is great, but it's not going to get her where she wants to go. So by having those conversations about what is the structure, what is the product and the sales model and the product offering that's going to get you to that number that you want, completely pivoted her business. And she's left with a completely different view of what success looks like. That doesn't often happen in a standard coaching or training program, because a coach's job is to guide you. You bring the information and we guide you to get there. We don't think about breaking the plan, throwing it out and starting again. But empire builders do that. And that's why I love it so much. And it has that last piece, right? The last piece, which you talk about all the time when we train, when we do our training and conversations together, it's building momentum and the skills, right? So we supercharge our business. We actually elevate us rapidly. It's not this long ago. And we saw that with the branding session that you did on Sunday. One of the best changes we've ever done to Empire Builders is to have you come and do that branding session with everybody and watching everyone recognize what a brand is. It's not just your logo. It's not just your color palette. It's so much more. And so people who come to the workshop now get that element from you and that missing piece somewhat. We used to send people to you and say, hey, come and do Empire Builders and then go see Kylie. Now you get Empire Builders with Kylie. So it's actually providing us that holistic and well-rounded approach to running your business, right?
And what I love is that I'm there throughout it. So I'm getting to know their businesses as we go. So then boom, when we get into the branding piece, I already know what their vision is. And now how do we make that look and match what your vision is?
100%. And I think it's those little moments, right? We've elevated it. So we didn't just create a program and create a workbook and say, this is it, people, this is what runs. And we just every month or every quarter or every 6 months, we roll it out. We've been sitting on this for some time because we wanted to get it right. We've been thinking about it and say, we as in for us and you, what's going to work for clients? What do my clients want? What are the business owners who come to us and say, I've got a problem? What are they looking for? And so we built Empire Builders, which I think is now kind of probably got its greatest form. And we'll probably leave it like this for a while, except we might be doing Empire Builders 2 to elevate those guys who've already been through the program once. But now we have the amazing Curious Smith photography, if we can organize her again, who came in, did the work and did some amazing photography of us on the weekend, made me and you feel so relaxed, even though neither of us really like our photos. But I've got more photos in that 4-hour shoot than I've ever had from any photography. And she took those beautiful headshots of everybody who was there. So there's value upon value upon value. Most business owners don't want to go and hire a photographer to get their headshots done because that's too daunting. But we didn't give them a choice. Like, if you're an Empire Builder, start showing up and let's start building this brand. Let's start building this business. So that's one of the advantages, right?
Yes, and my favorite bit was when the dude was like, "No, no, no, I don't need photos," and you're like, "Yeah, you do," because all your photos are of you in a suit, and that's actually not reflecting for that particular brand we're talking about. That's not reflecting the you that those people need to connect with. And he's like, "Boom, okay," and he goes, he's back out in a matter of minutes. He's thrilled with what he's just done, and I think that's awesome because yes, we all need photos. And I think there's not that many of us that really love it.
No, but it's also about stepping outside your comfort zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, growth happens on the other side of your comfort zone. And I always talk to one of my favorite quotes, which I don't know if Lisa Nichols started it, but it's still one of my favorite ones, that says convenience doesn't live on the same street as conviction. So if you have a conviction to grow your business, if you have that strength and that will and the desire to build a business, then sometimes you need to be a little bit inconvenient. Sometimes you need to be uncomfortable. Sometimes you need to push yourself through those boundaries. And having you there from a branding perspective, me there from the business building perspective, and even a photographer there to actually push you just that little bit more than you want to, you can't help but transform. It's, resistance is futile, people. Come and build your business at Empire Builders. That's what it's about, right? We're not letting you off lightly.
Absolutely. So firstly, I highly recommend anyone that's done any kind of immersive training to go ahead and do some more, because it's one thing doing it online. It's another thing doing it as a one-off, but it's another thing doing it again and really getting stuck in. So I'm really excited about Empire Builders 2, where I'm going to be connecting with some of those people from 3 or 4 years ago where we did it together, and seeing where everyone's got to and revisit where we're at and really, get our next bit of journey on the next part of the journey. So also, though, of course, you'd mentioned before when we were having a chat about it that, you really can't come to number 2 if you haven't done number 1. So it's cool that you've got another one scheduled already for later on this year.
I am so excited. So we're just confirming the dates with Carver Break, which is where we have our workshop in Cabarita Beach on the northern New South Wales, and it's amazing space. So it'll be mid to end of November of this year. So there's a couple of months for you to kind of get in place and secure your place. But we do have an amazing offer that you can actually secure your place with just a $250 deposit. So that deposit secures your place, organize it, then you complete your application form. We have a one-on-one chat and we talk about why this program and how this program is going to help transform your business. And then you can do a payment plan between now and November. Of course, if you want to pay up front now, you can. But the idea of that is really just to secure your place, to don't think about it. Say yes, jump, take the leap, do what I did 7 years ago when I said, I don't want to work for someone anymore. I want to start a company. And I just jumped out of the plane and built it on the way down. That's what Empire Builders will help you do in 3 days.
And, I've got to add to that as well, is that I think that sometimes people might think, oh, I can't do something like that yet because it's not quite time. My business isn't big enough yet or whatever. But I reckon, honestly, the people in the room over the past few days have been people brand new in business, literally just launching, haven't got their website yet, haven't got any of that. There were also people there ready to evolve their business, new business name, new everything. And then there's people there that have been there in business for years and years, and they just need to tweak and scale and grow. So all of us got the same good stuff out of it, but we're all at different stages of our business.
And it also, as a coach, I think that's why it lights me up to see that transformation. And it goes back to that reason why, having that collective genius. You've got people, if you've got someone who's been in business for 5 or 6 years, or who's stumbled on success even, and having someone who's just dipping their toe in the water, those people learn off each other from both. They can reflect on each other's journey, and it actually allows you to have that aspiration and role model. Doing what I do as a business coach and as a consultant may not be the role model you're looking for business, but if there's someone else who's doing a similar service or selling a product that had the same start as you, it gives you a North Star to look at. It gives you someone to say, you know what, I've listened to your story. I've heard where you've come from. It's so similar to mine, or it's parallel to mine. And if you can do it and I see you being successful, then I can. And that's one of the reasons why I love the program. Yes, I've transformed my business. We've created, something really special that we believe can help and support businesses grow at all levels. But when you have all of those people in the room and the expertise, and we have that kind of layer upon layer upon layer, it is just such a special place to be. Why would you not want to be in that room?
Fully. And what about mentioning that we have the incredible Jess there, your right-hand lady, cooking amazing meals, doing the dishes. We literally just sit down, eat, and it's just all done. It's beautiful. So it is actually a full retreat. We're getting immersed in the business, but we're having a break from everything else so we can just focus and connect. And I love it.
I know, it's one of the key things that we started when I did this program the very first time. I said, I don't want people, particularly those who've got kids and families at home, so who are constantly going, well, I've got to cook dinner, or I've got to put the kids to bed, or I've got to do something. It's about getting away from all of the daily distractions. So not just your business distractions, feeding the dog, walking the dog. You can go to gym if you want to go for a walk and do those things for your own self-care, but it's not for other people. So we have other people, and we had the amazing Jess come and help us on the weekend. And her role is to provide us that love and support and self-care that we always provide other people. And she's so incredible at it. But what I love most about somebody like Jess, and when we have our Jess in the room, is she's not just there to serve us. We serve each other. So she joins us, and her insight and her reflections of your businesses and the other businesses really help grow the conversation, because she may be the target market you're looking for, right?
Totally. I agree with that for sure, because everyone in that room could potentially be our customer. So everyone's opinion and ideas and input is so valid and valuable.
Very much so. So November 23 is Empire Builders, the next Empire Builders 1, and we're looking for scheduling of Empire Builders 2 in February. Give us time for the people who've been through this workshop and the next workshop to kind of implement and start working on their program. So when we come back and elevate your business and retransform your business then, and just check in and make sure that you're still on the right path, that will be in February. But I'm so excited about the November, and we only have 6 places, so it's only a small group. We can push it to 8 if we need to, but we really want to keep it tight. We want to keep it, a small group, so that we can actually all share it with each other and connect.
I just say, go do it. The link will be in the caption, so you can jump on in there, click it, and pay that tiny wee deposit, then pay it off on a payment plan. Have that chat with Jenny and do it, because honestly, your future self will thank you, but your present day self will also thank you. And my goodness, I can't say enough. I just feel completely supercharged after that. So thanks, Jenny.
Thank you, Carly. We love having you in the room. We've been together doing these workshops and things together, I think, for almost 4 of my 6 years in business. And I love it because we get to elevate and transform each other through these programs. And so whether it's bite size, whether it's our masterminds that we're doing together, or just our kind of little side things that are happening, this is what we do, right? This is what being an empire builder is about. It's helping and grow each other and building our business together.
Totally. So thrilled. So Jenny, aside from the link in the caption, for them to get involved in that, how can people just check you out on what you're doing and all your new photos that are going to be on your socials?
So you can head to our website, elephantintheroomau.com, or you can find us on socials, Elephant in the Room AU. You'll see all the amazing photos on our Empire Builders page. And over the next couple of days, you'll see those gorgeous photos that Kira Smith have done for us appear across the whole website, and of course our socials. And so how people can find you, so they understand what they're going to get if they come to the workshop in November. Where do we find you, Kylie?
Jump on to hellomedia.team. And you can find our socials through that. But I just want to quickly tell you, one of my team has sent me a quick message of a screenshot. You've already had someone in the live part say, sounds amazing, where do we sign up? So yay.
The link will be there.
Many spots, guys. So get in. This is so exciting. I'm thrilled.
So excited. Thank you so much for letting us chat about it today. And I'm so pleased that you're able to come and join us. And as I said, it is elevating us together. The next Empire Builders, and as the ones as we continue, are going to keep growing and creating amazing businesses.
Cool. I can't wait. So next week, we're going to chat about SEO, because that was something that came up a couple of times just privately over the weekend, where someone would say to me, I feel like I'm really confused about this or that, or, I don't even know how to find my keywords. Does that sound like a silly question, etc.? So we're going to do our 15-minute chat, which so often is half an hour, But we're going to do our bite-sized chat of a beginner's guide to SEO. So make sure you tune into that, or look out for the recording and listen in.
That sounds awesome. So for those who are listening to us on our podcast, thank you so much for tuning in to Bite Size Business Live podcast. Be sure to subscribe and follow us so you don't miss any future episodes. Importantly, that amazing SEO one next week. We look forward to seeing you next Monday to learn all things SEO from the amazing Kylie Mowbray-Allen and Hello Media team. I'm Jenny Walk. Thanks so very much. See you next time.
Thanks so much.